Hi, I'm Matthias Bowden. This is my life partner, Kangen Water, and our son, Elias Bowden. And we've been with Enagic now for 4 months.
We came to Enagic because of our son, Aurelius. He was born April 6th, 2015. He was a beautiful baby boy, but I also knew that he had my skin condition. I have eczema, and I've controlled it in my life with medication and patience. But we knew our little one had a more severe case. At about 8 months old, he had a lot of skin rashes, and controlling it was just not great at all. We took him to the doctors, and their answer was steroids. And I kind of figured that that would be something they'd say as we, raised him, but this severity was not something I'd ever seen.
Like you said, at 8 months old, he had a lot of issues that started developing with the eczema. At 10 months old, they had to take him to the hospital because it got so severe and just was completely out of control. Ended up just taking us in, and we took him to Children's Hospital. They had him on a regime of just doing their idea of medication, their idea of using steroids and what they think is appropriate. But I don't think steroids are the right option for a baby. I don't think that steroids are the right option for anyone, but especially not for a baby.
So I knew when I was holding him on his nursery floor, begging God to help me find answers for my son, that I needed to look for something myself. And I remembered a lady that I had met at a vendor show with my sewing business, and I remember her talking about this water, and she gave me a gallon of it, and I drank some of it, but I just thought that water was water. So I remembered her, and I looked up her name, and I contacted her, and she's now a very good friend of ours. And I brought her my little boy, and I said, I need help. And I need help when I can't trust the doctors, and I just need to find answers myself. And she gave us many gallons of water, and we tried them on him, and it took a while, but we definitely noticed a difference. There was some very hard days when we quit the steroids and he went through a withdrawal, and his face swelled up, and it was very hard to watch. But we knew we just had to keep sticking with the water, and within days, huge results. It was very hard to believe. The first thing that we noticed was after giving him the water, his formula, and giving him the water to help the inflammation go down, the swelling that we battled every day was gone. The oozing and the leaking of the skin, it closed up, it healed faster than it ever did. He was much happier, his mood changed, he was an actual happy, normal child. And that was very surprising to see. It was different for our family. Then we got our water machine because obviously I knew that this was the key. This is what I had been looking for, and it was definitely an answer from God. So with Lori's help, we got our machine, and we now use it every day. He has gained so much weight. He is so much better.
When first giving him the water, it didn't have an immediate effect as you'd always hope for. It took a while, and there's always difficulties with it. But it got better. Slowly got better. Got worse, too, because it always gets worse before it gets better. And there was especially issues when giving him the water and then trying to just take him off the steroids while trusting in the water. It got extremely bad then. After about 4 days of him being off the steroids and on the water, he made a miraculous recovery. And we ended up getting to take him out to the park for his birthday. And he was completely a clear baby, didn't have any issues on that day, enjoyed himself, playing with the dirt and everything. And that was when the water really started kicking in.
It was a relief for me because now I had a child who I could stroll through a shopping cart without people asking me, have you taken your child to the doctor? What's wrong with him? I wanted a baby who was happy, but as he grew up, not to be self-conscious about how he looks. I dealt with that my whole life. I remember seeing baby pictures of me, and I got upset at my mom because she took pictures of me when I had a bad day. We take pictures of him, and we say, look at this day that God's given you. But we also say, thank God for the help that he gave us. Well, one of the huge benefits was I was no longer stressed out, and I knew that my son had the best he could ever have. And I didn't have to go to the pharmacy for it. It was right on my kitchen counter. Our family has definitely had an ease of stress with that, and right now we want our financial situation to be better, and this is the way. This was the key for a lot of different things in our life.
One of the benefits of the water that we've learned is the usage of it in hospitals. I mean, how aspects of water can be used to clean things, which is a wonderful benefit, especially in a clean environment like a hospital. The water would have made a big difference if they had it at the hospital when we were there. If we had gotten to give him the baths in the water, then it would have been working on top of everything else that was going on. the water can do great, especially with him, because one of the issues that he was having was with inflammation, and water has a ability to help deal with inflammation and help deal with toxification in the body, to just get rid of that and help get it out, to let the body do its own healing.
The biggest thing that helped Aurelius was we actually had a protocol that was specifically designed to help eczema. Between the 7 different waters, we were having him drink it, coating him in it several times a day. He would bathe in it, and we could definitely notice a huge difference. And this water can help so many people with many, many, many different issues. This is only one of the diseases and cases that it can help. Huge answer from God for us, and I know there's a lot of other people out there looking for answers for, whether it's health or financial or just freedom. God supplied another way, and that way was through Enagic.